Hey everyone, hey wellness crew, and welcome to today's session. I'm doing it as a live stream because just in case you want to hop in and join me, you absolutely can. I'm going to go ahead and try to hop on the live chat. Let me see if I can hop on easily. Okay, let's see. This might take me a second. Here we go. All right, perfect. All right, so let's warm up a little bit. It is definitely humid here in Texas. I'm already sweating. I've only been out here for maybe like 5-10 minutes. But let's go ahead and get warmed up anyways. We're going to start in downward facing dog. We're going to lift up our left leg, bringing that left leg back down, lifting up our right, bringing our right leg back down, coming into plank, bending at our elbows to come into hovering, where only the palms of our hands, the balls of our feet, and our toes are in contact with the mat, nothing else. Taking a few nice deep breaths in this position. Coming into upward facing dog. Coming back into downward facing dog. Lifting up that left leg. Stepping it forward into a kneeling lunge. Bringing our hands to the top of our left thigh, really feeling that lengthening on our right leg. Bringing our hands into prayer position and twisting to the left. Bringing our right elbow to the outside of our left thigh above our knee. Nice deep breaths here. Bringing our hands back down to the mat. Bringing that left leg back, coming back into downward facing dog. Lifting up that right leg. Bringing that right foot forward, coming into kneeling lunge. Bringing our hands to our right thigh. Feeling that stretch on our left leg. Bringing our hands into prayer position. We're going to go ahead and twist to our right side, bringing our left elbow to the outside of our right thigh. Taking a few nice deep breaths in this position. Bringing our hands back down to the mat. We're going to go ahead, step that left leg back, coming back into downward facing dog. Coming back into plank. Coming back into hovering. Coming into upward facing dog. Shoulders down and back. Tucking our toes underneath for downward facing dog. Coming back into plank. Bending at our elbows to come into hovering. Coming into upward facing dog. Tucking our toes underneath for downward facing dog. Lifting our left leg. Stepping that left foot forward, coming into a kneeling lunge. Raising our arms up overhead. Bringing our forearms to the ground, heel toeing that foot out. Coming into lizard. Coming back to our palms, heel toeing that foot back in. Bringing that left hand to the outside of our left foot. Bringing that left foot back, coming back into downward facing dog. Lifting up that right leg, bringing that right foot forward, coming into a kneeling lunge. Lifting our arms up overhead. Bringing our forearms to the mat, we're going to heel toe our foot to the outside of our mat. Coming into lizard. Coming back onto the palms of our hands. We're going to go ahead and heel toe that foot back in. Bring our right hand to the outside of our right foot. Bring that left foot back, coming back into downward facing dog. Back into plank. Back into hovering. Where again, only the palms of our hands, the balls of our feet, and our toes are in contact with the mat, nothing else. Coming into upward facing dog. Tucking our toes underneath for downward facing dog. Coming onto our knees, widened out. Bringing our bottoms to our heels for child's pose. Coming into tabletop. We're going to do cat-cow. So inhaling and exhaling. Flowing with your breath. Slowing down the breath. We're going to extend that left leg back, that right arm forward, bringing them in, out, in, out, in, out, in, and out. Switching sides, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Going back into downward facing dog. We're going to come to our knees. We're going to start with a back bend. So we're going to bring our hands into two fists, bringing them to our lower back, bending backward. And I am already drenched in sweat. We're going to go ahead and get up onto our toes. We're going to reach back for our heels, trying to push our hips forward to be over our knees, coming into camel. Very slowly and carefully coming out of that. Coming back into plank. Coming back into hovering. Coming into upward facing dog. Tucking our toes underneath to come into downward facing dog. Really pushing through the palms of our hands. And before I get too sweaty, let's go ahead and get into crow, which is going to be one of the balance poses that we practiced today. So we're going to have our palms flat on the mat. We're going to bend our elbows. We're going to bring our legs to resting on our elbows. And we're going to balance on our palms. Go ahead, try to be on the balls of your toes, reaching up to the sky. Back into crow. And into a seated position. So we're going to reach up overhead, fall forward. For a seated straight leg forward fold. And then we're going to slowly roll up. We're going to bend our knees, have our feet flat on the mat. We're going to lie down, come into a supine position. We're going to have our arms, the palms of our hands, flat on the mat. We're going to lift up our legs and lower them back down. Keeping the small of our back in contact with the mat at all times. Perfect. Let's go ahead and grab at our right knee while we have our left leg hovering above the ground. And switch. 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 And go ahead and bring those soles of your feet to the mat. And slowly roll yourself up. So I'm going to go ahead and begin with the yoga wheel. I am going to position it in closer to my upper back. I'm going to have my thumbs positioned on either side of it. I'm going to start to lean back Trying to relax my neck. And definitely when we're working with tools, we are choosing to make a time investment because we're really wanting to make progress with our mobility, with our flexibility, with our ability just to have normal range of motion in everyday activities. And using our breath is a really great way to relax our body. Now, the one thing with the yoga wheel that you really have to practice is keeping your balance, especially when you extend your legs and get onto your heels. I'm extending my right arm above me, but keeping that right elbow bent. Bringing that right thumb to tuck into the yoga wheel. Bringing my left arm overhead, again with the left elbow bent. And really having to ground my heels to really keep my balance. Ridiculous, as I talked about in my last slide. All right, so now I'm bringing both arms overhead. Grabbing at the wheel with my second, middle, and fourth finger on both of my hands. Releasing. Lowering the yoga wheel, coming on to my knees. In this position, you'll also feel your chest open up as well. Lowering it down just a little bit more. All right, so gonna go ahead and use the yoga wheel for some other sticky spots in my body. Sorry, Tobias, I'm just focusing on doing things for mobility from a yoga perspective. All right. So sticky spot is definitely that inside of your thigh, above your knee. So extending that foot, or extending that leg, I should say, and bending it. And this might be a bit painful. But this is where we carry a lot of tension, a lot of stickiness, either from being sedentary, from working 9-to-5 jobs, from sitting a lot, whatever it may be for you, or just from not stretching out enough. Really applying pressure, moving it around a little bit if you need to find the stickier areas. And breathing into it. Ah, yep, they're right there. Eternally sticky. And once you start to feel that loosening up, you can go ahead and switch sides. And it's going to be different on each side, just depending on your. Yep, I found it. And just applying pressure, using your body weight for that. Pushing down right in the area where it's tightest, where it's stickiest. Breathing through the uncomfortability. And once you find yourself starting to break up that area that's really sticky or tense or tight, you start to feel a release. Ow. I haven't gotten that yet. It's still really tight. Let's see if I hold. There we go. All right, awesome. So as much as I love the yoga wheel, what I really love is the lacrosse ball. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to take it to our chest. Before we lay down, let me show you where we're going to put it. We're going to put it right here, okay? And then we're going to lay on it. Ah. So a lot of us have a really tight chest. That's what's affecting our posture. By applying pressure to the lacrosse ball using our body weight, what we're doing is we are releasing this area. Kind of moving it a little bit below the collarbone. Just rolling it around in any of the sticky spots, the tight spots. Extending that arm out. You can bring it to the ground if you'd like. And I'm going to hold in this position. We're going to go ahead and extend our legs straight out. We're going to lift up our left leg and do little kicks up. So just keep on pushing up. That left foot is pointed. Apply pressure to that lacrosse ball. And we're going to go ahead and switch sides. So bringing the lacrosse ball to the right side of our chest. Lifting up that right leg, doing those little micro kicks. Applying pressure to that lacrosse ball. Really trying to find all those little areas of tightness and stickiness. Finding the areas that we need to release. Applying pressure, holding down. Nice deep breaths in and out. Relaxing that right leg, focusing on where we have the lacrosse ball. Can you bend it out to the side if you'd like. Just really trying to lengthen out this area so we can improve our posture. And then we find that spot, that really rough spot that's super tight, super sticky. Going ahead, staying still, staying on it. Using that breath. And perfect. All right. Let's go ahead, get into downward facing dog. Get into plank. Get into hovering, rolling the palms of our hands, the balls of our feet, and our toes are in contact with the mat, nothing else. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Let me go chase that ball real quick. We're going to go ahead and apply this to our psoas. Thank you so much, Dan. I appreciate you. That's very kind. Playing with lacrosse balls. So we're going to apply this to our psoas. So that's going to be right in here. Okay, so this is my hip bone right here. This is my pubic bone right here. So we're going to apply it right there. We're going to lie on it with our yoga mat. Shout out to Dan. Thank you so much. That was very kind. We're going to go ahead and bring our left knee out to the left-hand side. We're going to find the stickiest spot, and we're going to lay down and apply pressure. You can even twist from the hip with that left leg. Really pushing forward with your hips onto that lacrosse ball. And again, a lot of this tightness just comes from being seated a lot, from not moving around as much as we should. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I found a really sticky spot. And again, when you do, just use your breath. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. There we go. We're going to go ahead and switch sides. So we're going to bring that lacrosse ball to right in here. So again, between the hip bone, pubic bone. Let me go ahead and come on this side so that way y'all can see. Laying on our stomachs. We're going to go ahead and extend our right knee to the outside on our right hand side. Applying pressure to the psoas using that lacrosse ball. Thank you so much for the likes, everybody. Lying down and starting by lifting up, but twisting from the hip. Okay, so we're lifting up that leg with the knee bent and applying pressure to that psoas. If that's still not enough, then you can go ahead and straighten out that leg. You can then twist from the hip. Oh, I found my spot. And remember, when you find that spot, when you find that stickiness, that's when you really want to incorporate your breath. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. And it may even start to move, so that's when you can kind of roll with the lacrosse ball. And again, it's just applying pressure, using your body weight, rolling with that sticky spot, rolling with the knot, not forcing it to release, but definitely wanting to engage it to relax. That may be the nicest way to say it. Do not force your body to release anything, right? But we definitely want to encourage it to relax. Remember, just nice deep breaths. We want to send the signals to our brain, which is going to send the signals to our muscles to chill out, relax. All right, perfect. All right, so we have our chest, we have our hips, we haven't really gotten our back. We use the yoga wheel, but we're going to go ahead and apply the lacrosse ball never on our spine, okay? So wherever your spine is, that's a no-go. We're going to go next to the spine, but we're never going to go on the spine with the lacrosse ball. So wherever you feel like you have some tightness, wherever you feel like it's uncomfortable, I want you to go ahead and put the lacrosse ball, again, never on the spine, but next to it, and lay down. And that in and of itself may be enough for you. If you have it a little bit more in your upper back, you can go ahead and kind of move your arm up and down. You'll definitely feel that. You may experience some pops. That's completely normal. This is not just for yoga. This is just for mobility in general. Moving it up just a little bit more. Me personally. Engaging with it, moving. And I kind of like to start in the middle of my back personally, and then I move up, and then I move down. Okay, not too bad today. And again, keeping it off of the spine, always going to the side. And I'll do different movements depending on which side I'm on, depending on what side my body needs of what. We are all going to have different needs on each side because we all have a side that we prefer. We want to think about our daily activities. What side are we using when we do everyday things like opening a door? Or what arm are we using, right? What are we doing when we have a side that we prefer? We're using those muscles more. So we're going to have maybe more tightness on that side of our body. So we're going to have to do different things and make things a little bit more different because we're going to have our muscles just be used and engaged differently. So many spam calls. All right, perfect. And I just kind of go in a big oval. So this side of my body has more of just like little spots. So really all I have to do is kind of hold the lacrosse ball still, find this spot, breathe through it, and usually it'll start to kind of soften up a bit. All right, this side's not too bad. And again, never putting the lacrosse ball on the spine, always to the side of it. I'm going to go ahead, bring that down a little bit more. Breathing through the discomfort, breathing through the stickiness and the tightness. And this next one is just something that I've been personally doing. I'm definitely not going to say go out and do this because I'm not really sure how effective this is, but I know that it's been helpful for me. So I kind of bring the lacrosse ball to where my lower back and my bottom meet. I kind of lift up my legs and not really lower them too much, but just kind of play around in this area. It's been helping my lower back just a bit. And to the other side. Yeah, you know it's really sticky for me when I get really quiet. Right there. All right. And of course, I like to take the lacrosse ball and take it to my calves. So generally right here, you will find a spot where you will have a big, what I call a speed bump. Let me see if I can find it to show you on camera. Let me see. Right about, it's coming up right here. Almost right there. Oh, it started raining. I didn't even notice. No wonder it was so humid. So yeah, just kind of working out the calves. I love the lacrosse ball for this. Not going too low, definitely staying above your ankle, but you can definitely flex and point. That'll definitely help loosen you up. I know a lot of people really enjoy walking and running, whether it's outside or indoors on something like a treadmill. They love that incline, right? So if you love that incline, that's fantastic. That's awesome. Just remember that it is going to be just like when you wear high heels. If you're someone that really enjoys wearing high heels, I know for me personally, I can't wear high heels all that much. I look like a baby giraffe being born. So when you're at an incline a lot or in heels a lot or anything like that, you are shortening that calf muscle. So you definitely want to stretch. You definitely want to do something that's going to break up all that fascia. So lacrosse ball is a great way to do that. And that's especially with repetitive movements. Yeah, it is so humid. I'm so sweaty. Got sweat all here, got sweat there, got sweat here. And now it's raining. Texas weather is insane this summer. All right. So it feels looser, so I'm going to go ahead and switch sides, going to my left leg. And definitely you can use the point and flex method, or you can keep it pointed, you can keep it flexed. But definitely finding your speed bump, slowing down, breathing through it, and giving yourself some patience, allowing yourself to be uncomfortable, knowing that what you're doing is helping your body. Sometimes we're carrying completely unnecessary tension in our bodies, and it can definitely have a negative effect on us. So as much as we can loosen up, as much as we can release some of the stuff that we have stored up, that is awesome. And that is exactly what all of this is for. Yep, there's a little speed bump right there. Just in this short amount of time, it's gotten significantly smaller. Oh, there's a spot. And again, when you find a spot, apply pressure, breathe through it. All right, awesome. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to take the yoga blocks to the outside of our mat. And all we're going to do is practice with lifting up. So have the yoga blocks up a little bit. You want the little, you want the middle to be a little bit above your hips. So we're just going to push up, lifting up a little bit and coming back down. If you want, you can grab on, push up, come back down. And falling forward. Slowly rolling up, bringing those yoga blocks onto the mat, pushing up, coming down. falling forward. Slowly rolling up. All right, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna press up. We're gonna lift up one leg, lower it back down, lift up one leg, lowering it back down, lift up one leg, lowering it back down, then lift up one leg, lowering it back down, keeping our bottom up, and lowering back down. Falling forward. Slowly rolling up, lifting up one leg, bringing it down, other leg, down, 4 more on each side. Slowly lowering your bottom down and falling forward. Oh, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that. Slowly rolling up. And if you don't have yoga blocks, what you can do is always open up your legs, spread them out a little bit. You can have your fingertips on the mat, and you can just lift up your heels just slightly if you want to do that as well. Because I know not everybody has a thank you, Pat. Since I know everybody, doesn't have access to yoga blocks yet. All right, so lifting up both legs. I'm just kidding. One up, 4 more each side. Very slowly bringing our bottoms to the mat. We can set these to the side for now. Instead of falling forward into a forward fold, we're going to go ahead and come back into fish. So we're going to bring our elbows onto the mat. Our palms are flat on the mat, but they're together. Letting our head fall back, arching our back. Yep, most scam calls of all time. I don't know what happened this year. I got put on all these lists. I got a phone call recently and they were like, so, do you have your funeral expenses planned out? And I was like, I'm 36 years old. What are y'all thinking? Who's giving you my number? And slowly coming up. All right, well, since I still have splits on the brain, I'm going to go ahead, bring my right leg forward, extend my left leg back, and I'm going to use the blocks on both of my hands just as a way to kind of give me a little extra lift on my hands while I'm still aiming for my splits. So I still have several inches to go, maybe a little bit more than that. But with this, it's going to be about the passive hold. Definitely the tightness in my hamstrings is a big one, and that's a big component for a lot of people. So that's why when you live in a hot state, a humid state like mine, when it doesn't take a lot for your body to get warmed up, then it kind of gives you a little bit of an easier time to make more progress in a shorter amount of time, especially when you have this goal that you're really trying to work towards. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and just hold it to the side so that way I can work on my middle split. I'm going to go ahead and flex my foot. Oh, I have a sweat tear on my, or is that sweat? No, it's not. I got sweat everywhere. All right, and I'm going to point my toe to feel that extra pull on the inside of my thigh. Go ahead, lengthen out my left leg. which is the leg that is much less mobile. True story. When I was 13 years old, I went on a ski trip, and I had never been skiing before. So I had to take ski lessons. And so this is day one, ski lessons. I was on the bunny slope. They overwaxed the skis. Flexing and pointing. Okay. They overwaxed the skis. So I fell. And when I fell, I twisted my knee and the ski didn't fall off. The ski stayed connected to my foot. So I partially tore my ACL. And at 13 years old, and after being in the hospital, they were like, okay, you're going to have to participate in physical therapy. And they gave me the exercises to do on my own. And when you're 13 years old, you know you're not going to really be staying on top of that. So since then, I've definitely experienced a lot more rigidity in my left knee because I didn't do the physical therapy that I was supposed to do. So whenever you are suggested to do some physical therapy, or whenever someone's suggesting, hey, here's some mobility stuff to try, I know it definitely does not seem like fun. It's like, oh my gosh, that's definitely a time investment, or that doesn't feel good. I don't want to do that. Sometimes things that make you uncomfortable are going to make you feel so much better in the long run. And point. Or it'll help you reach goals that you want to reach. It all depends on how you see things. It all depends on your perspective. All right, and then going for that split on my left-hand side. This one I still probably have about close to a foot. And awesome. Coming into a forward fold. I'm going to go ahead, lift up my left leg, or just bending it at the knee. Very slowly lift up my left foot. This is one of our balance positions. Aim for that left foot. And just see how far you can lift it up. This is trying to get into a balanced position as well as trying to stretch out that quad. Switching sides. Forward fold. Bending that right knee. This one is definitely challenging for me to do. But practice makes progress. Yeah, not today. Not today. All right, not this side today. That's all right. Back into forward fold. I'm going to bend my right knee again. Grab at that right foot. Not pretty, but progress. All right, coming into child's pose. Bending that right knee, bringing it forward to come into pigeon. Lengthening that left leg straight behind us. Coming onto our forearms. If that's not enough, bringing your forearm to your forearms. And if that's not enough, bringing your forehead to the mat. Coming on to our palms of our hands. If you have a yoga strap, that's great. I like using a band, but that's just me. So bending our left leg at our knee, staying in that pigeon pose, we just have a bent back leg. If you can still fall forward, coming back up to our palms, releasing that back leg. Coming into plank, coming into hovering, coming into upward facing dog, coming into downward facing dog, bringing that left knee forward, coming into pigeon, falling forward onto your forearms, Or you can lay your forehead on your forearms, or you can lay your forehead on the mat for a pigeon. Now you can grab your strap, your band, whatever you have. We're going to bend that right knee. Using that strap. So let us keep in that bent position. There we go. And if you can come forward and get back onto your forearms, that would be great. And going ahead, releasing that leg. All right. We have come to the end of mobility, of yoga, of using tools. Thank you so much for joining me for today's live stream. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and or join one of the membership tiers as it is popping off. And I'll see you on the next video or live stream. Be well, stay wild as well. You can see all the sweat on me.